Hey y'all, it's Morgan. It's Saturday, September, I want to say 6th or 7th. A lot of crazy stuff's been happening on the internet, okay? We gonna look back on this day like, what the world? Cardi B done try to fight Nicki, all types of stuff. Um, but I wanted to make this video because I haven't been making videos regularly, and I wanted to have an honest conversation with you guys about why I haven't, because transparency is key. And we all need to sometimes admit when we're struggling or having a hard time. And so in the spirit of being honest, that's my Chick-fil-A cooking. I'm about to go grab that and then we can have a conversation. Okay. With y'all being my subscribers, I always feel like I owe it to y'all. And excuse the screen for being slightly tilted. It's the phone case. And look, when we trying to have a real conversation, sometimes it's better if everything's ratchet because that's who I am. Like I'm a very ratchet person in my day-to-day life. Like I'm loud, I'm bubbly, I'm funny. I'm not afraid to make jokes about sucking dick and stuff like that. So that's the type of person I am. So look, this is me in my element, just trying to be honest. So in my previous videos, if you guys didn't notice in my vlogs, I look kind of unhappy. And I don't want to say that I'm unhappy with being in college because it's something that is to be celebrated. But I think if anything, college has taught me more personal lessons in just a month than it's taught me anything academic wise. I learned to appreciate what I had back at home because I'm sorry, now the perfectionist in me is coming out and I'm like, this isn't like exactly how I want it and it's gonna bother me. You could say that I didn't look happy in some of my old videos only because moving from my hometown was something that I did for the first time in 21 years of life. So for 21 years, I've lived with my parents and I come from a big family. So packing up and leaving them behind was rough because I was used to living with so many people that I could trust. Whereas it's not my roommates that I don't trust. It's just that being in an environment where there's really not a lot of people that you can trust fully, like 100%, is different for me. Feeling like you live in a city where you really don't know nobody or you don't really have a connection with nobody, it wears on your mental. And I learned to appreciate what I had back home because I complained so much about my hometown. And looking back, there were so many things about my hometown that I now miss. Just easily navigating the city, knowing the ins and outs of the cities, knowing, feeling just a sense of safety in my own hometown that I don't feel here. And I don't feel particularly connected on campus despite me moving. I chose to live on campus for this purpose because I felt like if I lived on campus, I'd be more involved and it would force me to really be more involved. And that's just not the case. It's just not like that. Like it's the exact opposite. Like I find myself going to class, getting food, and then returning to my room. I've been to a couple events on campus. Don't get me wrong. You've seen me go to events on campus, but yeah, like it just always feels weird. Like I don't ever feel like I feel very weird when I'm at some of these events. Like I just feel like this isn't me. Like this isn't me. And maybe that's because I've been trying so hard to not ruffle any feathers or y'all know me. If you watch my old vlogs, I used to wear makeup every day, a cute fit every day, hair every day, and now I'm like, you know, scared to do that because I'm scared of the backlash that I'll get from students. And it's like I felt like I had overcome that at my previous school. I felt like I had overcome that in my hometown. And it's like having to go through that process of doing it again, overcoming that same fear that I once at one point felt. But the difference is that like I don't have the same support system here that I had back in my hometown. I had friends who wouldn't let anything happen to me. I had family who wouldn't let anything happen to me, you know. Whereas here I'm literally by myself. All I have is me. And maybe I'm not trusting myself enough to protect myself, but that's what makes it kind of hard being here because the students are mean. Like the students are mean. I feel like I have yet to go a week without a student trying to tease me or put me down or bully me or just make me feel depressed or make me feel less of myself. Like it's so much disrespect on this campus for just being like trans, and even then it's like they don't know that I'm trans for a fact. Sometimes I dress pretty androgynous, so it's like they're really just hateful. They're just hateful. like very hateful, and people are very like, and I think what makes it even more annoying is that people on this campus try to fake like that's not the case. Like, like this is just a big family campus. And it's like, no, you guys are not welcoming, you guys are not inviting, and you guys are not, it's not a family atmosphere here unless you are a certain somebody or your name holds this weight or you're from this crew or you're in this. It's like that's the only time that you matter. But it's like if you are not a person who's shallow and super into the superficial bullshit, or you're not, this person, or you choose to live your life this way and it's different from theirs, it's like you're shunned. And I mean, it's a good commentary on the black community because it's really just like being in the black community in regular day to day life. Because all my life, I felt like people have wondered why I don't feel a sense of community with black people. And I'm like, they don't feel a sense of community with me, sis. Like, it's not me that is that is closed off to the idea of community through blackness. It's them. To be here at an HBCU and have to deal with my own people trying to isolate and make me feel suicidal, and they've done a pretty good job. Well, I'm not suicidal, but they have made me feel depressed. Like I've had moments where I've had to just come back to my dorm and just cry because it's like, Jesus, like, can I get a day of just like letting me be me and not having to like have people put me down? And people say like, let it go, let it slide, but it's like that's easier said than done because when you are literally just putting on clothes and going out your house trying to be like every other human being and get your education, and you're already in a stressful environment and living a stressful life, and people are already trying to tear you apart, it's like that shit can get to anyone. And it gets to me. It gets to me sometimes. I'm not even afraid to admit that sometimes like it fucks with my mental that people are so mean to me because I'm like, and it's like I know people are like, grow up. This is the real world. People are not going to be nice. Yes, we all know this, but it's like when you look at people like Mac Miller, who recently passed away, and it's like I don't want to say it was a suicide, but anytime you overdose on drugs, it's very close. It's very akin to that because you were battling demons and you couldn't overcome them. And people talk, and it deals with mental health. And then people get on Twitter, especially at my school, and they're like, you need to check on your friends, make sure your friends are good. People, they suffer in silence. Make sure you never know who's suffering in silence. And I'm like, but y'all be the same people who rip people to shreds every day because they got on busted shoes, or they don't wear weave, or they don't have on makeup, or you don't think they're physically attractive enough, or they're LGBTQIA. Like, y'all are these same freaking people driving people to kill themselves and then having the nerve to talk about mental health. Even down to the people in my department, there's TAs here who make me feel uncomfortable. Like, they make me feel uncomfortable. Let that sink in. Like, they make me feel uncomfortable. Because it's like, Jesus, like, I can feel your bias, like, I can feel it. Like, it's in the way you even approach helping me that I can feel that you don't want me here. You don't want me around. And it's like to feel that way at an HBCU, an illustrious one that's highly regarded. People, they put it's not number one, but they put it up there. Like it's in talks. It's not. I wouldn't say it's number one, but again, people. But I mean, I feel like every HBCU is heralded as the best in the nation, and like that's every HBCU, whether they really got the title or not. But it's like to deal with that on a regular basis. It's like, phew. Like at what point, are they going to realize that like you can slowly kill a person by just simply being so hateful to them, you know? And I look back and I tell myself like, Morgan, like, Jesus, like, you guys have made me even reconsider what's important, like, I can't believe that I just can't believe that this is my HBCU experience because I'm a nice person. It's not like I'm walking around on campus being a bitch. Like I walk with my headphones on, regular t-shirt, jeans, maybe some sandals, some sneakers, hair just like this, braided up, just not bothering a soul. And if you could just see, like, I want to take you guys one day with me so you can just see, like the way I'm treated and the way people view me, just so you can see that, like, this is a battle I'm fighting every single day. And so I know if you've seen that I've been looking different in my videos, it's probably because I'm just going through the motions of being 21, not really knowing what I want to do with my life, having come from a horrific relationship, and that person still trying to hurt me, and then having to wake up and deal with students being equally as hateful and wanting to see my downfall. That's all for the video, y'all. I won't disable the comments. Feel free to, sound off how you feel. But this was just me keeping it hot, and sometimes it's gotta be kept hot. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.